let's fill our cups. Commander decks in hand, the battle's about to start. A podcast for the legend, where magic meets the heart. Commander Pod, where the stories unfold, with heroes and villains, new and old. Dungeon Jeff and Sloan got the word, in the world of EVA we play.
Hello everyone, welcome again to Commander's Pod. I'm your Podfather Duncan.
I'm Sloan.
And I'm pod person Jeff.
Oh boy.
That doesn't work either?
No, a pod person has invaded.
That's difficult. We're going to figure this out. If it takes 50 episodes, we're going to figure this out.
I mean, I thought we had everything figured out, but that's all right. Not everything. But so today we're going to talk about what I'm calling deck deployment. Our current deck deployment. What decks are we playing right now, recently? What are we into?
Yeah.
Kind of go through what makes them unique or fun. We're going to not have Aggro Jeff this week, I was just told. That's why we have pod person Jeff over there, because that's how you know he's not aggro.
I just drink the Kool-Aid, guys.
Yeah.
What they tell me to do, I'm buying every Secret Lair. I just drink the Kool-Aid.
We have Tales from the Table, and we have Pro Tips.
Yes, we do.
Before we get into any of that, though, I want to talk about... so we were going to do this episode on the PlayStation Secret Lairs.
Yes.
But I think you were never really... You're pretty anti-Secret Lair at this point.
Yeah, I'm very done with Secret Lairs. It's to the point now where I'm so aggravated I just don't even really want to think about them because it's just upsetting.
And you didn't even wait in line for an hour to not be able to buy the thing that was in your cart.
Right. No, I mean, he's done the right thing and not supported them. I think he bought one ever.
Yeah, I bought one. It was specifically because there's one card in it. I wanted for my CEDH deck, and that was it.
So
and then you guys gifted me one for my birthday because it was Deadpool, and you guys felt it was wrong for me not to have it.
But anyway, so we're not going to talk about the PlayStation Secret Lair. I'm sure there's plenty of podcasters talking about it. I don't think I may even buy any. I may change my mind, but I'm tired of talking about Secret Lair. It seems like all we talk about anymore. Yeah. So I'm not even going to go through what they are. We did a previous episode where we talked about the Secret Scare and the PlayStation, and that told what at least the themes were. You can look at that, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be very easy if you want to go see what the Secret Lair is to go find that. Yeah. But today we're going to talk about something more fun. We're going to talk about our current decks. But first, Tales from the Table. So we had week 9 of the Commander League at the shop. So I had a win, a lose, and a draw.
Yep.
So the win was my first game, and it was dominant. I mean, it was there was I won within 22 minutes. I killed the other nice. 3 players. The draw was the second game. It was myself, Andrew, Bryce, and
Well, it doesn't matter. If it's a 3 of you, it's probably going to be a draw.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, though. Oh, Chris was the other one. And I was doing what I was supposed to do. Yeah. I had 49 life. At one point I was at 56, but let's say I had 49 life. I had Chris down to 12 because I put grievous wounds on her. So every time Istroya did her 2 damage, it would do 10 then take half her life.
Yeah.
She had used the creature version of that, I can't remember what it's called, on Andrew twice. So he was down to 1 life.
Oh.
And it's Bryce's turn, and Bryce chose to attack me with 2 things and bring me down to 29 or 32 or somewhere around there. And I'm like, Andrew is at 1. Right. We have a rule for a reason. Kill Andrew first. And he said, no, you're the problem. So Andrew then on his turn killed me and killed Chris. And then it was Bryce's problem to deal with. And Bryce is lucky it was a draw because he should have killed Andrew. He had 2 creatures that were pretty big. He could have hurt me and Andrew. Yeah. Kill Andrew and hurt me.
Yeah, but with the way it ended up, it was just Andrew and him, so he had a better shot by letting Andrew
That's what he thought, but Andrew's playing... His deck is goad.
Yeah.
Oh, so once there's only one person left,
you don't want them to be this huge stompy dinosaur deck. You want it to be my guys who don't do much damage.
Right, because you're all about spell slinging.
Yeah, but anyway, like I say, it was lucky it was a draw. Now, my loss, I tip my hat, Sabrina killed me in such a way I did not see it coming. I'm not sure she entirely saw it coming, but she had a plan.
When I got deflecting palmed?
Not quite that bad. But I had killed different Andrew.
Yeah.
Who was playing not the Kill Andrew first Andrew, a different Andrew. He was playing the same deck that Sabrina was, which was the Titus +1 counters deck.
Right.
And I had put Grievous Wounds on him.
Yeah.
And that had killed him. I had to make a decision. At the time I did it, he had the better board state.
Yeah.
But she had a pretty good board state by the time he actually died. So I had just wiped the board. Mm-hmm. She had played one creature from her hand. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the name of it. I was going to look up. I can't remember the name of it, so it's hard to look it up. But it's a Final Fantasy. It's a legendary creature, and it's blue. And I, on my turn, played my commander. And I'm like, okay, next turn, she has 12 life. I have 29. I'm going to exsanguinate her for 10.
Yeah.
Plus the 2 for my commander. That'll kill her.
Yep.
All right, I got my plan. And I'm like, if she swings, I have a blocker.
Right.
And I have 29 life. I should be, but she also has an enchantment with a ton of counters that I know she can move all of those counters. And when I say a ton, it was like 39 counters.
Oh, so she just needs unblockable.
Yeah, well, so what I didn't realize, reading the card explains the card, the creature she had put out says, if this creature has more than 5 counters on it, it's unblockable.
Yep.
That'll do it.
So I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it's unblockable.
Yeah. Quick math, 39 is more than 5.
Yeah. 39 is more than 5.
More than
and 39 is
also more than 29.
That's the more important number right there. And I think it was a 6/6 base anyway.
Yeah, so that's a...
So anyway, I was like, wow. I did not see that coming. I didn't have a kill spell in my hand, so I don't know what I could have done differently.
Right.
That's part of the problem with having to play so fast in that particular game style is you don't have a chance to you're thinking of playing fast. You're not like, hey, let me take my time and read all these cards because it makes a difference right now.
Yeah.
But you should have.
And this was a 3-player pod to start with, and just for further clarification, we were in turns.
Yeah, so you're at the end of the game.
We're at the end of the game. I had been turn 0. She was turn 1. She was turn 0. So I was turn 1. She was turn 2, and I was going to be turn 3. I thought didn't get there, but anyway. So that's win, lose, and draw. Mm-hmm. So on to decks we are playing.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be fun to talk about the decks we're currently using, having fun playing with. So the first one I have is Preston Garvey Minuteman. And he says at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a green aura enchantment token. I'm sorry, I'm reading this off a very tiny script. I thought it would be bigger. Named Settlement, attached to up to 1 target land you control. It has enchanted land taps for add one mana of any color. So,
yep.
Okay. Second ability is whenever he attacks, untap each enchanted permanent you control. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So this is basically, I built this enchantment Voltron value. That's what I call it.
Okay.
So I'm after my combat, I have all my lands back. I have my creatures untapped for blocking.
Right.
I'm ready to go. I have a lot of mana dorks in there because I enchant them, so they'll untap. So my lands and my mana dorks untap.
So you kind of created like a Seedborn Muse type of thing.
Yeah, sort of, but not quite that good. But it untaps on my combat.
Okay.
As long as he attacks. So some key cards in this. This one's not really key, but it's one I really like. Strong Back is 2 and a green. Enchant creature. Equip abilities you activate that target enchanted creature cost 3 less to activate. The second ability, this is one that matters. Aura spells that target enchanted creature cost 3 less to cast.
Ooh,
an enchanted creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and enchantment. Aura and equipment attached to it.
Oh, that's very good.
It's very good. Really, really good.
How much mana does that cost?
3, 2 and a green.
Oh, that's a steal.
Yeah. Another one that's very good in this is All That Glitters.
Yeah, that's yeah.
1 and a white enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and/or enchantment you control.
Yep.
Yep, pretty good. Kadama the West Tree, 2 and a green, 3/3 legendary creature. Reach. Modified creatures you control have trample. Enchantments are modified creatures.
Yes, they are.
Enchant them and you with an aura. And then it also says whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle.
I always like those.
Yep.
Those are always way better than you think they'll be.
And then there's a lot of things that would be in an enchantment deck, such as Enchantress's Presence, 2 and a green enchantment. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. A lot of things that say either whenever you cast an enchantment spell. I have some that say whenever you target one of your
the standard
creatures with a
enchantment
spell.
package.
Yeah, but I also have like whenever you target your creature with a spell, because auras do target.
What are the colors in that deck?
Green, white, red.
Do you play Faber or Elder?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's my first of 2 that I'm going to talk about today.
So mine is going to be Miles Tails Prower. This is the vehicle deck. This is the one from the Secret Lair from Sonic. 1 white and a blue. He's a 3/1 with flash flying. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, draw a card. If it has flying, otherwise put a flying counter on it. Pretty much built this guy because I was like, I feel like I should just build a deck that I don't see a lot of people playing and I don't see a lot of counterplay for. And vehicles is one of those things. A lot of people don't play it. A lot of people don't have stuff to deal with vehicles specifically because they're only creatures when they're crewed. So when they do these destroy all creatures, it doesn't affect any of my vehicles because they're not creatures unless they're crewed in that moment. So kind of decided to build him, and I know that there is technically another vehicle that is and can be a commander, but he doesn't really care about vehicles like Tails does, which is why I built Tails.
He makes
instead.
pilots.
He makes pilots. Now he is one of the key cards in this deck, and that is Shorekai Genesis Engine. So he's a 2 white blue 8/8. Pay 1, tap them, draw 2 cards, then discard a card, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater and its crew is 8. Cool thing about vehicles is as long as they're not creatures, they don't have summoning sickness, so you can still use their abilities the turn they come out if they have a tap ability like that.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a cool bonus and advantage.
A lot of tricky stuff you can do with vehicles.
Yeah, so some of the things I did was I focused on trying to get vehicles that would produce their own creatures to crew them, so I could try to have less creatures in the deck. Unfortunately, you still need a decent amount of creatures in the deck, so it is kind of split. But one of the cooler cards I have that a lot of people probably haven't seen because, again, it's a vehicle, so a lot of people aren't going to play it, is Reaver Titan.
Oh, yeah, this thing's crazy.
So this is a 7-drop. It's from the Warhammer decks, and it's a 10/10, and it has protection from mana value 3 or less. So that includes instances, sorceries, creatures, anything that is CMC 3 or less, enchantment, auras, things like that. It has protection from. And then whenever Reaver Titan attacks, it deals 5 damage to each opponent, crew 4. So this is one of the cool vehicles that I have that allows me to kind of hit everybody simultaneously because, again, I have to spend my creatures to crew these things. So the more damage I can output with crewing less vehicles and keeping some up, the better. So he's a cool guy that I added in more recently to the deck. And then, a lot of other vehicles that you're probably not familiar with and you're not going to see a lot that kind of do silly things. The other one that kind of does the most silly thing is Mech Titan Core. This is a 2-drop, a 2/4, and it says, it's a vehicle, and it says, pay 5, exile Mech Titan Core and 4 other artifact creatures and or vehicles you control. Create Mech Titan, a legendary 10/10 construct artifact creature token with flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste. That's all colors. And then when this token leaves the battlefield, return all cards exiled with Mech Titan Core except Mech Titan Core to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control, and this is crew 2. The reason why this is cool is because Tails specifically doesn't care if you cast them, he just cares if they enter. So when they kill this big Mech Titan that I create with his ability and I get my 4 vehicles back, I get 4 triggers of Tails' ability if he's on the field. So another cool little combo that I kind of put in there to take advantage of. And
so basically that's a Voltron.
Yeah,
like it's not Voltron style.
Yeah, it's
a
literally
Voltron.
a Voltron. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's funny too because again, like when you do it, people are like, "He's a what?" And it's like, yeah, he's just a 10/10 flying, vigilance, lifelink, haster. What's wrong?
And it's like getting a badge too. When you accomplish it, you're like, "Oh, I accomplished a cool thing."
Yeah.
And then you're excited. They're like, "Why are you happy? You lost the game." I got to do a cool thing.
I got an achievement.
Yeah. I unlocked achievements. Get out of here. So that's kind of was the purpose of this deck. Was I was like, I really want to build something I don't see a lot of people playing or a lot of people utilizing or really kind of building against, and so it was vehicles. I will say the win percentage is very low with him. I think I have won 2, maybe 3 games out of about the 20 I've played. But the fact that I won just proves that technically you can win with any deck. Yep. you got to get the engine rolling. So it's pretty cool. The last card that I'll talk about for this deck before I pass it on to Jeff is one that's kind of sneaky, which is Gandalf. The mono white version, because Gandalf specifically says that if a legendary or artifact entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to occur of a permanent you control, it happens an additional time.
And don't you get to cast them at flash speed too?
And you may cast them at flash speed. That was the next point I was going to make. So he has flash himself. Then you can cast your legendaries and your artifacts at flash also. And if they trigger, i.e. Tails, they trigger twice. So the cool thing is, I did look it up. If I cast an artifact vehicle that doesn't have flying, and both Tails and Gandalf are out, he will get the flying counter, and I will get the draw, because it then sees the flying counter and says, oh, it has flying now. You then get the draw also.
Yeah, because the 2 triggers go on the stack. The first one puts the flying trigger. Second one says, oh, it's flying.
Yep, so I get the draw. And if it already has flying, I get 2 draws out of it. So really cool card that kind of isn't vehicle themed, but just...
You know what would go good in there?
Who doesn't want a wizard supporting its vehicle?
That's right.
You know what would go good in there? Roaming throw.
Oh, trust me. I know. Trust me. I know. I know it would go good in there. I just don't have an extra one. I try to make it out of all cards that I have actual versions of. But I think the coolest part about this was I think I put this total deck together for somewhere around maybe like $20.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a fun deck. I'm really
minus
playing.
Tails, because Sonic was more than that. But
yeah, but I don't know Tails' individual price yet. I haven't looked it up. Does it say it on here? He's $2.
The whole deck is worth $20, or you only had to spend $20?
It's probably somewhere between. This isn't correct because this is a bunch of other cards, but I think it's probably somewhere. I would say between $20 and $30. I don't count basic lands because you can technically get those for free.
I thought that one card, the Reaver, was pretty expensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's correct. He's the most expensive one. He himself is $20, but pretty much all the other cards are useless.
So it might be under $50, definitely under $100.
Yeah, I definitely think it's under 50 for sure.
Yeah.
So, okay. But that's my first one.
Cool. Jeff?
So I'm not quite sure always what makes me choose a deck. With this one,
Deviancy.
I think I was just like, I have my Eldrazi in my Animar deck that's a Morph deck, and I was like, I just kind of want an Eldrazi deck. And I was like, Ulalek, I had bought all those the Modern Horizons decks.
Yeah.
And so I had this, and he looks awesome. And it was playing with the stack in a way that I thought was interesting. So what I decided to do was lean into that. So it's Ulalek Fuse Atrocity. And basically what this does is it plays Eldrazi, but what I kind of want to do in this, which is maybe different than what other people are doing, is I want to take advantage of Flash, and I want to take advantage of instant speed shenanigans. And so one of the things you'll do in this deck is, one, when you're playing big Eldrazi, you don't really want to give people a chance to remove it before it's got to do its thing.
Right.
So you want to attack. So having Flash allows you to play it at the end of the last person's turn, and then sort of get it pseudo haste. But it also enables you to do tricky things during triggers. So if you're attacking with an Eldrazi that has, let's say, Annihilator 2, you might think, oh, that's amazing. Most people see that and go, oh, this is crazy. This is so powerful. Well, actually, Annihilator 2 in today's meta is not that powerful because people create so many treasures, so many clues, so many 1/1s just as value in the way the game's played now. They have stuff to sack mostly.
Right, that's not going to be detrimental.
So by everything having Flash, I can play creatures, and so the way Ulalek works is you pay 2, and you can copy the Eldrazi you're casting, and copy all the triggers that are going on right then. So what you can do is on attack, when you're doing that Annihilator, you can play a Flash creature or a Shapeshifter instant, which I'll talk about in a second, and you can trigger him again and again and again. And so Annihilator 2 becomes like Annihilator 6, Annihilator 8 pretty quickly. And then there's an Eldrazi that takes someone's turn. You could do that 5-6 times if you want.
Well, and the thing is, they're only going to see an Annihilator 2 coming at them.
Correct.
Like pre-combat. They're like, it stinks, but I can handle that.
Right, yeah.
And then you're like, I know you can. Can you handle it 3 times?
Yeah. So the things that get this going is Liberator, Urza's Battle Thopter. This is 3 mana, legendary artifact creature Thopter, flash flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. There's another ability. The other ability isn't that important. Then you have Skittering Cicada, 3 mana, creature insect. It kind of looks like an Eldrazi, actually, but it's not. It's just an insect. You may cast colorless spells although they had flash. And the second ability is actually really powerful. Whenever you cast a colorless spell until end of turn, Skittering Cicada gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is that spell's mana value. Obviously, in an Eldrazi deck, that thing could be a big boy.
Yeah, especially if you get 2 of them off in one turn. It goes from being, what is it, a base 2/2 you said?
Yeah.
It could be a 20/20.
Correct.
Really
with
quick.
trample.
Yeah, with trample. So
Now, the really interesting thing is when you get into these next cards, and there's more than just the ones I'm going to read. I'm going to read these to you to give you flavor. But this is called Crib Swap, 2 and 1 white, Kindred Instant, Shapeshifter. That means it counts as an Eldrazi for Ulalek's ability. So exile target creature its controller creates a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. I don't get to do that multiple times because I'm copying stuff on the stack, but I don't even care about that. I just care about doing the shenanigans.
yeah.
Eldritch Immunity, which is an Eldrazi instant. Again, it does cool stuff. Doesn't matter what it does. Kozilek's Command, Eldrazi Kindred Instant. So the key here is Kindred Instants. And even a weird one like Shields of Veil's Vel, 1 white mana. All it's going to do is creatures that target player control get +0, +1, and gain all creature types. I don't care what it does. It's 1 mana and lets me trigger Ulalek again.
Right.
And so you just do really, really tricky stuff. And then the last thing is one called Darksteel Monolith. This is 8 mana, indestructible. Once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a colorless spell you cast from your hand. Again, once each turn. So now I have flash. So I'm going to cast a giant Eldrazi on my turn, on the next person's turn, on the next person's turn, and on the next person's turn.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, deviancy.
I've leaned into that flash. And I guess what I'm telling you guys is like you can do the thing everybody else is doing, but you can also do it a little bit different. And sometimes you can just run into something that's really fun. And I like to pick decks. Earlier I said I don't always know why I do. Typically I aim for learning a new mechanic. This is teaching me how to deal with the stack. Because you have to do the triggers in the right order, which is really hard for me. I'm not as good at that as, say, like a Duncan. So now I have to learn it. And by having the deck, I lean into learning that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it sounds perfectly deviant, just as I'd expect from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could have leaned in the flash with like anything else but Eldrazi, but you know.
Yeah, but why do it with something meaningless? Yeah, mundane.
That's no fun.
Yeah,
Do it with
no
something
fun.
really gross.
That's right.
Yep.
So the next one I have to talk about is Zexara the Exemplary. This one is a legendary creature, 2/3 for 1, a black, a green, and a blue. Death Touch, tap, add 2 mana of any one color. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its casting cost, create a 0/0 green Hydra creature token, then put X +1/+1 counters on it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So you think, okay, he's made a Hydra deck. No.
I mean, that's how I did it, but you're going to do it different, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm going to do it different. So I saw this deck. This is not my idea. I saw another creator kind of talk about his deck like this. And I like counterintuitive decks, so that's what I did. So the idea on this one is you put in things like Poison-Tipped Archer and Zulaport Coatthroat that hurt your opponents when a creature of yours dies.
Yeah.
And then you cast things like Stonecoil Serpent, Hangerback Walker, and Ugin's Conjurant
Yep.
that are all X-cost creatures.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of X and a color creature in my deck as well. But so what happens is when you cast an X-cost creature, they always say something like it comes in with X +1/+1 counters, or its power and toughness are equal to the amount of X you paid, however it words it.
Right.
So on the stack, you make your Hydra token. It comes in as a 0/0, gets 0 +1 counters, dies. You get as many triggers as you have if I had Zulaport and Poison Tipped
Yeah, I see
Archer,
where this is going.
it's 2 damage to everybody. Then the creature comes down. It's a 0/0. Well, it dies. That's 2 more damage to everybody.
Yeah, so you're doing a really weird aristocrat deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I'm not sacrificing
He doesn't have to
anything.
worry about any sack outlets. He doesn't need them.
Furthermore, he doesn't have to worry about having a bunch of mana.
Yeah. Nope.
That's true. He's no mana.
As long as
I cast it
can
for 0. I cast it for 0. I cast it for 0.
Cards though. So is Skull Clamp in there?
For what?
He can't get the skull clamp on it before
Can I make
it
a
hits.
suggestion?
Yeah.
If you're having a problem with drawing cards, you go ahead and pay 2 or pay 1. Let it come down with the 1/1. Attach Skull Clamps to it. You still get your death triggers, but now you're going to be drawing cards.
But you have to pay for those to move it.
You do, but it gives you
So
really cheap cards.
I have in there the
True.
things that say when you cast a creature or when a creature enters, draw a card. Which there aren't a
still
lot
really good.
because a lot of those say.
There's also a lot, too, that say when a creature of your control dies,
I do have a bunch of those that say when a
Right.
creature you control dies,
draw a card, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've
Yeah.
got,
But
well, I say a
Sometimes
bunch. There's like
you
4.
lose life and draw a card.
Yeah, some of
which
them
is
are
fine.
lose life. Some of them are you have to name a creature type specifically, which for you would be easy because you can say Hydra because you're always going to get a Hydra.
Right.
So you know.
But the thing is, any of these, and I have had situations where people are like, okay, I'll take out this Poison Tipped Archer, you take out the Zulaport Cutthroat, and you take out the other thing. Now it's not hurting us. Okay, well, I'll use my mana now.
yeah.
Now I'll use my mana.
Now I'll start just using my mana.
Yeah,
to
now,
kill it.
now I'll get a 5/5 and another 5/5.
Right.
That's fine. So that's a worst case scenario. But I played it once this past Saturday, and I just decimated them. I mean, it was not even close because I had 3 of these things out, and I just happened to have. So there's I think about 11 of these X cost with no mana, no colored mana attached.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are in there, but then there's also, like I said, ones that have just a single colored mana.
Right.
Like the Hydras are all X and green, stuff
Right.
like that. So I can just, pay 1 mana and still do it.
Yeah, because you can make X0 and then you still get the 0/0 Hydra.
So with those 3 things that were pinging people, like in one turn I did 12 damage, and then the next turn I did another 6 to everybody. I mean, it was just, it was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
That's fun.
I mean, definitely not the way most people are going to build that deck. So,
Nope.
well done.
That's why I said I wanted something counterintuitive. And when I saw that guy talking about it, I'm like, that's it. I didn't copy his list. I took his pointers.
And what are the colors of him again?
Green, black, blue.
Yep.
Nice.
I know I have the deck. The only thing I do special with it is just, again, I use Flash.
Yeah.
It's just funny since I just talked about a Flash deck. But yeah.
So my next one that's on that I've been playing recently is actually Squall Seed Mercenary. This is from the Final Fantasy set, 2 white, black. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. He's a 3/4. And whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is kind of a Voltron Reanimator deck. And so basically what I did with this deck was I said, well, it's the point of it is to make sure my curve is basically less than 3. Because the nice thing about this is it says permanents with CMC 3 or less, which means lands that you sack to get other lands are permanents with CMC 3 or less because they are 0. Some creatures, like for example, Boromir, he's a 2 and a white, and he's a 3/3, and he says sacrifice him. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. The ring tempts you. Guess what I can do when I then hit somebody with Squall? I can then bring them back, so I can sack them again and make my creatures indestructible at instant speed constantly. And then the big thing is a lot of people are like, well, obviously it's Voltron, so everyone knows you're going to go for, you're going to kill your commander. They're going to try to keep you from kind of hitting them. So the easiest way to kind of keep that from happening is I have a lot of these little stinky guys that are
Mother of Runes, stuff like that.
no, I have a much more fun way of dealing with it, like Fleshbag Marauder. He's 2 and a black, and he says whenever he ETBs, everybody sacrifices a creature. So then I reanimate him, and I make everyone sacrifice a creature again. And because Squall has double strike, he hits you again. So I reanimate him and make everyone sacrifice a creature again. So basically, I just make sure that you guys don't have creatures by sacking the same creature.
So you're making them use their mana to bring their creatures back out and
Yeah,
do
so
their
this
thing.
is 2 aristocrat decks, basically, what Duncan said in yours.
Yeah, and so then I also have like other things, like for example, a lot of the artifact equipments that I'm running are all 3 CMC or less. So you have Trailblazers boots. You have Sword of Forge and Frontier. Even Soul Ring, for example. If someone blows up my Soul Ring, I can still go get that back. Arcane Signet. Another cool one that actually works really, really well in this deck, Commander Sphere. It's a 3-drop. Tap it, add 1 mana for any color, and then you can sack it, draw a card. Then I can get it back, and I can get a mana back and sack it again, draw another card. So a lot of tricky plays like that. I don't necessarily have a Voltron deck anymore. I had one a long time ago, and I really liked her, but she was just so slow, and as soon as she dropped, people would just immediately murder her. So it was Bruna. She's a blue and a white, and she says whenever she attacks, you can attach all enchantment ores to her that are on the battlefield, as well as all from your hand and your graveyard.
I wonder why we killed her.
Yeah, and so, and it's when she attacks or blocks. So I'd always have to make sure I had enough mana to cast her and have a couple counters. So it ended up being like I needed 12 mana before I could do anything with her. So that was always kind of rough. So I don't really have a Voltron deck, and I saw this guy. I was like, well, it's kind of cool because he can reanimate all the things that people keep getting rid of that kind of protect him. So I like that idea, and the fact that he gives double strike as long as a creature attacks alone kind of encourages the Voltron aspect of him. So he's giving himself double strike. So that was the other cool thing, is I didn't really have to worry about trying to find equipments that gave him double strike. So that kind of helped narrow down my list of cards in the deck too, because it's like, well, he gives it to himself. I don't need to worry about taking advantage of that. So pretty cool concept, I thought, and I do enjoy playing him. He is pretty quick. If I get him out, around tier 2 or 3, which with this deck being a little bit more tuned is pretty regularly happening. I can definitely just take over the game real quick just by not letting anyone have anything on the board. So
you do like building those fast aggro decks, like your Fang deck. What was that one called? What was that commander
Finn
called?
the Fangbearer.
Finn the
Fangbearer, yeah.
So you do like those low to the ground aggro decks, which
you have to speak fluent Jeff around here to he just gives you a word.
Yeah, you have to piece it together. Now, I will say
you guys be the best you can be.
One of the biggest reasons why I love Finn the Fangbearer is because nobody wants to block a 1/1 and have it die with their 10/10.
Yes,
it's the most aggravating thing in the world.
But if you don't, you're going to get a poison counter.
Yeah, you're going to get 2 poison counters, actually. Yeah. So that's why I built that one. But yeah, so I thought this one was pretty cool. It's a little, it has a mixture of everything. It's a little Voltron-y, it's Reanimator, it's kind of aristocrat-y. So it had a lot of stuff, and I thought it was pretty cool. And so that's why I built it. I have been enjoying him. He's been pretty fun. And he actually has a pretty high win percentage. I've won a decent amount of games with him already when I pull him out.
Nice. Jeff?
So my deck is, I would say this is not anything necessarily different than the way you would build this commander, but I built Tom Bombadil, and when I did, I really liked the lore of Tom Bombadil. Like when I learned about Tom Bombadil, I was like, this dude's awesome. And in Lord of the Rings and Tolkien, like if you know exactly why Tolkien actually made him, it's a really cool story. And so I was like, I want to make this commander because this just seems awesome. And I was like, sagas all do different things because it's a saga commander, and basically when your saga ends, you get to go get a new saga for free when he's out. And if you have, I think, 4 counters on your sagas all together, then he gets indestructible and something else. So he's hard to deal with too. But I was like, I don't know if I can make a saga deck work when I first built it. Since then, many more sagas have come. So it's a little easier to build this deck now.
Yeah, Final Fantasy helped you a lot.
Yeah.
But when I first built it, all that wasn't there, and it was still super fun, because the other thing that I like, other than trying different things, is winning in different ways. So like another deck that I like a lot is like my Atraxa deck that's Planeswalkers, because even though the Planeswalker is going to win, they win in so many different ways. They do so many different things. Well, this Saga deck even more so, because I don't know what I'm going to get off the top, so I have to strategize in the moment when that card comes down on what I'm going to do, because I have no idea what the saga is trying to do, and they're not always trying to do the same thing. So it's just really fun to work with it. And some of the cards you want are cards that are going to help you to really get to the next saga. So there's one called Goldberry River Daughter, 1 and a blue, and it lets you move a counter of each kind, not on Goldberry River Daughter, from another target permanent you control onto Goldberry. So this one will allow you to keep triggering sagas rather than end them. And then you can pay blue and move 1 or more counters from Goldberry onto another target permanent you control if you do draw a card. Now you can choose when you want to end a saga.
And just to throw in that doesn't do what you think it does. I know it does what you think it does, Jeff. But just so those at home know, when you remove a counter from a saga, it does not trigger the previous ability.
Right.
No. Yes.
So that's something key to know. It's not like
it just starts over because now there's no thing on there. It's start over at its next turn and start at 1.
Yep.
And then there's another one here.
Well, no, you can't go to 0.
No.
You have to go from
back
2 to 1 or
you
3
go
to
back 1. Yes.
Yeah.
you
if
go
you
back
go to
1.
0, it's gone.
Yeah.
Right. Oaka. How do you say that? This is
Oaka.
Oaka, traveling merchant, 1 in a blue, legendary creature, human citizen. Tap, remove a counter from a non-land permanent you control, draw a card. Again, nice thing, draw a card, reuse your abilities. This one's, I'm not going to keep reading all these because this is Xavier, Saul, Infested Captain, black, green, blue, but remove a counter from another permanent you control, populate, activate only as a sorcery. Or tap, activate another, sacrifice another creature, proliferate, activate only as a sorcery. You're noticing what these do is most of them, the 2 of the 3, let me do multiple things. Sometimes I can remove a counter, sometimes I can put one on.
And with the new sagas that are creatures from Final Fantasy, if you have one that's like done, you can sack it to that to proliferate.
Absolutely. Or I can just keep it as a creature if I need it as a blocker by continuing to remove the counter from it.
Right.
Satsuki, the Living Lore. Again, green and white, very cheap. Tap, put a lore counter on each saga you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So powerful. There's another ability too. When Satsuki, the Living Lore, dies, choose up to 1. Return target saga or enchantment creature you control to its owner's hand. Return target saga card from your graveyard to your hand. So even when she dies, she gets to do things, but being able to put a counter right away on all your sagas could mean that you're triggering 3 or 4 sagas at one time. Yeah. And some of them flip and do something else, but they're still ending, so you're still going and getting a saga from your deck, whatever it might be. And I'm not really playing tutors to put the saga I want on top. I'm just random. I don't know what's going to happen. Something cool is going to happen, though. And then the last one here that's worth talking about is Narcy, Fable Singer. This is one that actually costs a little bit of money. She's like $18. 1 white, black, green, legendary creature, human bard, lifelink, which does help because people do want to kill you when you're doing this. Whenever you sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card. Whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, each opponent loses X life. You gain X life, where X is a saga's mana value. So again, you put that together, you finish 4 sagas at one time, you're dealing 20 damage, getting 20 life. It's nuts.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
The saga deck is just a lot. I did not think it'd be that much fun. But the fact that you just don't know what's going to happen, you just don't know. I might kill 3 things with one saga. I might do nothing, create a couple 1/1s.
But the thing is, before Final Fantasy, that deck, that is kind of, more often than not, it was like, yeah, sure, I'm doing stuff, but it's not, who cares?
Yeah,
but after Final Fantasy, it's a lot more like, that's not good. Because even if you don't care about the saga, it's like, yeah, but you just got a 5/5.
Yeah. The saga worked before it. It really did.
Oh, no, it did.
And not even the saga creatures are what made the bigger difference. They help a little bit with blocking as people are attacking you. Although Tom Bombadil's a pretty good blocker when he is indestructible.
Yeah, but it gave you access to more sagas. Before you had to use what you had because it was all there was.
That's the key. Some of the sagas were not very good at all.
Yeah.
So now the sagas are better. I mean, there's some really, like, Behemoth, Summon Behemoth or Behemoth. That one's expensive. Bahamut. Yeah,
it's a Final Fantasy one. Yeah.
Like there are some crazy sagas now. But anyways, if you want to do an enchantment deck, enchantment decks are already kind of broken. But this is one that doesn't lend itself. You know how we talked about with your enchantment deck having all the enchantment package? This doesn't have any of the enchantment package.
You only have when you play an enchantment, draw a card?
I don't think so. It's really just what's going to trigger the saga. So if you want to build an enchantment deck, but you're like, I don't want to do the normal enchantment stuff, this is a deck for you.
Yeah, because Assassin's Creed was also the set last year that actually did some saga stuff. They came out with a commander. I think he's green, white, red. Something like the Storyteller. I can't remember his name. Yeah. And he did something with sagas, and they came out with sagas in that set also. Because I can't remember. Because Bloom Burrow didn't do sagas. What did they do? They did what's the
Talents.
Yeah, they did talents. So, Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, and Assassin's Creed are the three I can think off the top of my head in the recent years that actually focus on some saga stuff. So, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot, but Final Fantasy definitely was a bigger.
In Doctor Who too, I think. So.
Was there? Okay.
I think there was a few, and way back in Dominaria there was a few.
And they kind of just become a regular card type. So they're in Spider-Man too. They're in all of them now.
Yeah, they're becoming more popular, which is cool because, again, decks like this, you're now having more options. Because again, when it's limited, it's like, oh, you also have that and that.
And don't get me wrong, you could build it with an enchantment package. I just don't think that's any fun. So I don't do that.
Well, he has an enchantment deck already.
Right.
So.
I have 2, 3, 4. I like enchantments apparently.
So anyway, that's just a couple decks from each of us that we're currently playing, currently enjoying.
Yeah.
I will say, I thought you guys would be proud of me that one of my 2 has not even got blue in it.
I know. I was going to bring that up. That I'm proud of you. It didn't have blue in it.
The other one, while it has blue, it's not one of my blue decks.
Yeah.
Like
how many counter spells does it have?
It has a few, but they're bad ones. They're bad counter spells.
That's so ridiculous.
They're the
Are
ones
they
that
X counter spells?
Yeah, they're X counter spells.
So many of my blue decks maybe have like 1 or 2 counter spells.
Well, this one only has probably 3 or 4, but like I said, they're bad.
But here's the thing. He did say earlier that this deck is technically a counter deck because it's counterintuitive. So.
Yeah.
I did it, boys.
There.
Got there. So.
All right.
Still a blue counter deck.
Yep.
It's just a different counter.
Yep.
+1/+1.
Counterintelligent.
There you go.
So, what's your pro tip for the week?
So we learned about a fun card last week coming out in the Ninja Turtle set, and I learned a new rule about it. So
I know what you're talking about.
Right. So real quick, I want to kind of go over this card because there's been a lot of people talking about it and trying to understand it better. So, quick quiz. If you destroy, when Super Shredder is out, which again it says whenever a permanent leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Super Shredder. So if you were to destroy any kind of permanent on the field, would Super Shredder get a counter? Yes or no?
Yes.
Perfect. If you were to exile any permanent on the field, would Super Shredder get a counter?
Yes.
If you were to sacrifice anything, if someone were to sacrifice anything on the field, would Super Shredder get a counter?
Yes.
If someone phases things out on their field, would Super Shredder get a counter?
Well, last week Duncan said no.
That is correct. It's no. Because phasing out ceases to exist. However, there is one more way you can get counters on Super Shredder, and it is by removing a player from the game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this is an actual rule.
If you remove the player from the game, you get a +1.
All their stuff gets exiled.
Everything, because technically the rule says leaves the battlefield abilities trigger when a permanent moves from the battlefield to another zone, or when a phased-in permanent leaves the game because its owner leaves the game. So if someone dies and they have 10 lands out, 3 artifacts, and 5 creatures, you thus got 18 1/1 counters on Super Shredder.
That card's going to go to the Game Changers list.
He said it was gross.
When we talked about this last week, I did not even think of that. Because, again, usually when you think of someone leaving the game, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're dead. Who cares?
I'm going to assume the makers of that card also did not think about that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true. But by the same token, if you're removing somebody from the game, you're already pretty dangerous.
Right, but just imagine getting that much more dangerous.
You don't have to be the one returning them, removing them from the game.
Right.
That's true.
Someone else is removing them from the game, and then you're removing them.
Well, now that we know the rule, they're not going to remove them. They're going to remove you.
So this is
But
now.
they don't know that. We're telling only the people who listen.
Well, this has blown up
hundreds
this
of
last.
people. We're telling hundreds of
That's
people.
tens of 20s of people.
No, it's hundreds.
Hundreds. But no, this is something that over this last week I saw a couple people mention, and I actually went and looked up the rule, and sure enough, the way the card is written and the way the rules are written, including it. And this is going to be for all your people out there that have this person in your play group. Those who decide to instant scoop, you still get the triggers. They cannot stop you from getting those counters because they are forfeiting and leaving the game, i.e. their permanents are leaving the field.
I wonder if they can just fix that rule.
I
bet.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they are going to. I think that they're going to be like, let's let it ride out. Maybe we'll have another
game changer.
He who shall not be mentioned issue pop up on our hands.
I don't think it's.
I don't think it's that.
I'll mention him. It's not Nadu.
I don't think he's that bad either. But I do think it's funny.
It doesn't make the game take too long.
Yeah,
right.
it doesn't say. Okay,
it does the exact opposite.
Now hold on, because I have a 1 hour turn right now to do my Nadu thing.
But yeah, so fun fact, if you are someone who is interested in the Ninja Turtle set and you're interested to get this card, unless they change it before the set drops, player removal equals counters.
And that makes Super Shredder very valuable.
That makes him a super duper shredder.
But he's probably, is he in the pre-con? Do we know?
I don't know.
We don't know if it's that Shredder. We know Shredder's in the pre-con.
Yeah, we don't know if it's
I think it is. I thought that the ones that they revealed were the ones from the pre-con.
Well, the only reason why I don't think that's true is because they revealed so many different versions of the Ninja Turtles. There's no way they could get them all in there and build a deck cohesively. Yeah. Because they revealed like 3 versions of each turtle.
Well, but in the beginning, they revealed only 5.
Right. I will be honest. I didn't watch the whole intro and like here's the guarantee cards in there. I do know there is another version of Shredder though. So it could be the other version of Shredder.
Yeah, hopefully, because otherwise
Super
that's
Shredder right now is $60.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you can tell by a set symbol.
Yeah, I don't foresee him probably going down if they don't fix this rule, because that is gross. That is a sick card, and again, he is mono black, so there's certain things that you don't have access to, thank God, like green, because that would be disgusting. So, thank goodness for that. But there is still plenty of gross things you can do.
I think that's the deck.
Is that in the deck?
I think that's the deck.
Oh, yeah. Well,
what's its bottom left corner? What's the 3-letter code?
TMT.
TMT. Okay, it may not be. Usually it would say CTM. I think.
Okay, yeah. So just so you know, that is... If you want to get a lot of counters on your Super Shredder, just kill a player.
Or let someone else.
Do it. Because it doesn't matter. Yeah, incentivize.
Especially kill the person with the most stuff on the board, which is normally who you want to kill anyway.
Yeah,
so one way to play it is you just don't cast your commander. You do flash speed like Jeff does in every single one of his decks, and then you wait.
Yeah,
and when a player's about to be killed, you go, hold on.
Yeah, and then attack.
Yeah, and great, he just got 35 1/1 counters on him. Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna swing and kill you on my turn. By the way.
This is so much fun.
Yeah, so I think we found Jeff's next deck coming out in March.
Commander?
He is a legendary creature, and he has menace.
That is my next deck. That's crazy.
Isn't it? So there you go. That is all the ways you can get 1/1 counters on the Super Shredder.
Ridiculous.
By
the way, the first time you do this, you do not need to explain to them what's going to happen.
Right.
You're just going to do this out of blue. Don't feel bad. After that, it's up to you.
But have ready.
You want to explain it to
have ready
a second deck.
No, I'm saying have ready like the article or the link to this video or something. Have it queued up so when they're like, "Are you sure?" Here, just watch us.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it is 100% the way it works. I looked up the as of right now.
For now, the way it works.
Because when a player dies, their permanent's exile. That's the way. And when you scoop,
which means you
are dying.
Yeah, which means they are leaving the battlefield. So,
like I love the people who are like, I scoop, and then they're like, but I didn't lose. Yes, you did. You just conceded the game.
Actually, I would suggest you double loss because not only did you lose, but you're a quitter with no patience.
Legends never scoop.
Dude, just imagine roaming. He gets to double all those triggers.
No, there's tons of things.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
It's in the wrong colors, but...
But roaming throne is not.
Yeah. I almost said, by the way, with your Squall deck, would go good in there.
Yeah, I know roaming throne. Oh, trust me, I know. Again,
but you always say like roaming throne's broken because it can go in any deck.
Yeah, again, you put it in Super Shredder. Those 15 counters turn into 30.
Which at some point it doesn't matter. It's like I have 1,000. Okay, you beat me at 100, so.
But it's making a point. It's making a statement. That's what matters. And if I'm gonna put 1,000 counters on her, by golly, I'm counting up to 1,000.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So there you go.
That's a good one.
Super Shredder board wipe deck. That's so rude.
Yeah. Give him indestructible on this board wipe over and
over again.
Give him the World Slayer sword.
Oh yeah, so it just destroys all permanents.
Really screwed up on this card if he's a legendary.
He is legendary.
He is.
So, He's 100%. That's what I'm saying. He's legendary. They screwed up.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh, he's gonna be wild, dude. There's gonna be so many crazy.
Yeah, but no one's buying this.
They're buying this card. Yeah. I can tell you that much.
I don't think that's true.
You think this is a popular set?
I think it will be. We'll see. We'll see. It seems like So the problem is right now, like prospectors are pulling back on Avatar just like they did on Spider-Man. But that's the prospectors.
Right.
That's not the players, I don't believe.
I mean,
So I don't think prospectors.
the prospectors aren't pulling back because they think there's a lot of player engagement on it. They're making. That's what they do for a living. They know how to gauge the.
But I know more. I know more people who are excited about Ninja Turtles and Avatar than were.
Yeah, but
about
how many
Spider-Man.
people you know that are excited or not don't lean up against a prospector who does this for a living, who like knows tons of people.
Yeah, and I will say too, I think it's too early to really tell the.
Yeah, we have to see what they reveal for it.
Right, because if they just.
Because Spider-Man was low power. That was one of the complaints.
It was a terrible set. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, like, one of the things is if they kind of showed their hand, as it were, with their reveal here, and then we get to the closer to the date of the set, and they show us much stuff like, okay, so this you basically showed us all the cool stuff up front.
And this might be
that could
more
change
like
it.
a battle cruiser set too, from what I'm seeing. It's more like just fun attacks.
Well, you have to
Yeah.
remember, it's standard legal.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a Modern Horizons. It's not going to be,
Oh my gosh, that card in standard.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's less powerful. I think,
It is
than
less
standard.
powerful.
I mean, but the thing is, it's a 2-drop. I
'Cause-
mean, you
'cause
can
here-
literally get this
They're playing
out.
in every
but-
black deck.
Yeah, right. There's no reason not to.
Newsflash, if
And
you
it has
knock, if you
menace.
kill an
It has
opponent,
menace.
Yeah, that's what I said.
but if you kill an opponent in standard, you won. The game's over. You don't
Yeah,
get
but
any
it doesn't
counters.
matter. Every time one of their things die, you play decks where they sacrifice stuff.
Yeah.
Every time one of their things dies, this thing's
Oh,
getting bigger. For
I mean, you
2
already
mana.
got put Fleshbag Marauder in this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, and that's the thing is like this is so fast at a 2-drop. You could literally get like most standards could probably get this out on turn 1.
And you also have to put in there, what's her name? Shirai, something caretaker. It says creatures with 2 or less power or toughness come back after they die. So it comes back to your, just keep, like,
But it wouldn't have. Oh. it
Well, the
wouldn't
counters fall off when it hits the graveyard.
yeah, but
so
you're
we
going to
see it.
have Ozolith and other
it-
things that catch them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you do it that way, yeah, you would move the counters over before it dies, and then when it dies, it's technically back under 2. So then it would come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would catch it. Yeah. I see
Well,
what you're saying.
no. If it has a ton of counters,
Right, but what I'm
I
saying-
wasn't talking about for him. I'm talking about for the tertiary stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Like Fleshbag Marauder,
Okay,
which I think
yeah.
only has power 2.
I think
believe.
so. I think
All
it's
right.
a
Well,
3-2.
that was a good show, I think.
Yep, that's good. But anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Sloan, where can they find us?
Yeah, you guys can find us at youtube.com/@commanderspod. We do a video podcast as well as the audio. So if you've never seen us before, feel free to head over to YouTube and you can see what we look like.
Although I
and
will
watch.
say last week I had a ton of problem with the video. It kept giving me errors.
Right.
So it didn't come out till Friday night or Saturday morning. I'm not even sure which. So
Apologies. And we also do some visual stuff behind us too. So, if we're mentioning cards and you're like, what the heck are they talking about? They're reading it too fast or whatever. A lot of times we put the cards up behind us. Duncan does, so that way you guys can see them as we were talking about them. Also, you can email us, cast@commanderspod.com. You can find us at commanderspod.com. Patreon.com/commanderspod if you want to support us. We greatly appreciate it. Just keep bettering the quality of these podcasts that we're doing. As well as you can find us at any of your audio listening websites, Spotify, Audible, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, etc., etc.,
And etc.
and etc.
And as always, play bold, swing wide, and don't forget to pay the one.
Commander Pod, where the stories unfold.